Hi everybody, I'm going to show you today how I make my Scentsy samples. Today I'm going to be using my French lavender bar. And then I'm going to be using my heart silicone mold because of Valentine's Day. And I also have one that currently has a few samples in it of the lips. And then you're going to need these little seal baggies that I get at the Dollarama. I think I get 72 of them in there for $1.25. And you're going to need a Pyrex dish. Not everybody does it this way. Some people use a Wilton's chocolate melting pot. I use the microwave. I find it quick, easy, and with my busy schedule, quick and easy is usually the best way for me to go. So I'm just going to put the wax in the Pyrex dish and put it in the microwave. And I'm going to put it on for about 3 minutes. And while we're waiting, these are the ones that I just got out of the freezer. The little heart-shaped ones. And then if you put them in the freezer for approximately 10 minutes, they pop right out. And that way, they're solid and they're not mushy. Plus, they're easier to get out of your mold. That one just didn't want to come out. Okay, they pop right out. So I'm going to put this one here and this one here, and once that melts, then I will fill up my molds again. These I'm going to be using, I have a party in, I know it's Valentine's Day molds, but I have a party in March when we launch our new catalog. So I'm going to be using these for little samples for my hosts and her guests at her party. I'll be sticking them in these little Ziploc baggies, and I will be labeling them French lavender, and I will be attaching my business card to them. That way they have all my information, and if they feel like ordering it after they try it and they like it, then they can go to my website. It's always important to have your website because you never know who's going to order. I find my website, I've gotten random orders that I wasn't even expecting. So I always try to keep that available. And I always try to keep different molds and shapes and samples on hand just because I think the cute little samples are fun. I enjoy them. Some people do them differently. They take the cube of wax and they cut it into 4 sections for 1 cube, and that gives them 4 samples. Some people do it into 8. I prefer these cute little shapes. Let's check on the wax here, and it is done. So I'm gonna grab an oven mitt because the Pyrex handle gets pretty warm. And then I'm just going to take my mold and I'm just going to pour it in like so. I usually try to only do half with these kind of molds because I find they tend to get pretty thick, and it's a lot of wax, and all you want to do really is give them a sample. You don't want to overdo it, or they're just going to expect your samples all the time and then not order because they'll just go off of using samples. And now I'll do the same with my heart-shaped mold. And pour the wax in approximately halfway, or you get a really thick sample. I'll show you in a minute because I kind of over poured on the first batch and my sample was kind of a little thick. So I'm going to have a little bit of extra wax while I'm waiting for it to thing. And then I'm going to stick it in my freezer behind us for approximately 10 minutes. And this way they get to cool down and they'll pop right out of the mold. Now that they're in the freezer, like I said, I tried not to pour too much wax. I usually do about half, but that's the thickness you get using filling the whole thing, which is a lot of wax. So I try to only do half of it. So while we're waiting for those, I'll show you what I do. I take the Ziploc bag, I open it, and I stick a sample in there. And I forgot to grab my business cards, but I will label that, and then I will put my business card on it, and I will use them for my party, or usually I just hand them out to random people and cashiers and stuff, and hope to get new customers, and they can try the product before they buy it. I hope that was helpful today. Thank you.